Yes, so Karthik, we can start now. And once again, I would like to sorry about the little technical issues again. So, viewers, good evening to you all, those who are joining to me, and namaskar. And first of all, I would like to welcome you all in my TT Booktubers channel. और आज हमारा ये चौथा लाइव शो है विच इज स्पिरिचुअल टॉक विद कार्तिक. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वुड लाइक टू वेलकम कार्तिक अगेन एंड इट्स माय
Thank you all.
इट्स माय ऑनर टू हैव यू अगेन इन माय शो. और जैसा कि हमने प्रॉमिस किया था और हम आज कंटिन्यू करते हैं. एंड लास्ट वीक व्यूअर्स वी हैव कनेक्ट ऑन एंड स्पोक अबाउट life is a game. Let's take this discussion further on. How do we play this game called life? So before to start with this topic discussion with Karthik, I would like to give my thought on life. Life is defined in Sanskrit as a anubhav dharma, meaning a stream of experience. So experience flowing continuously is one's life, just like a water flowing in a river. So the quality and quantity of experience determine the nature of life. If your experience are happy, your life is happy. If dynamic, then your life is dynamic. If it is dull, then your life become dull. As the experience so the life, that's how it moves. So therefore, to bring about a change in your life, you must change your experience. So let's get into more detail with Karthik. And my straightforward question to you, as the topic we have decided, uh, how to play this game, which is the life. So my question is, every game, if you take a name, has some own rules and limitations. So is it so with the life as well?
First of all, thank you, viewers, for the love that and support that you are given and encouragement you are given by the way you have responded to my earlier three talks. So I am taking the discussion forward with this on the topic called life is a game. So last time we spoke about why life is a game. So today we talk about how do we go about this game called life. And coming to your specific to your question, Tribhuvan. So you rightly said every game has got a good part of it. Every game has an interesting part of it. Every game has a crazy part of it, and none of them can be questioned.
Correct.
For example, you take the case of a game like chess. Which is the most powerful coin? It is the king.
Yes.
Because if king is there, the game is there. The king is not there, the game is not there.
Correct.
Yet,
Absolutely.
if we take the case of the king, it is the laziest coin on the board. It cannot move more than one square at a time.
Correct.
Even if a pawn comes in front of the king, king steps back. And which coin does the maximum work on the board? The queen. Yet, the presence of the queen has a meaning to the game only if the king is there.
Mm.
I felt something not okay about this game. I went and asked people, why is it so?
Mm.
And people said, that is how this game has been played for centuries. Either accept the rules of the game, understand the game, and play the game according to the rule, or leave the game.
Mm. Absolutely.
I went to cricket. I went to cricket.
Mm.
And I said, in cricket, the size of the pitch keeps varying from place to place. If you take the case of Melbourne, the pitch is sorry, the Circumference of the ground is at least three times that of Green Park, Kanpur.
Hmm.
Yet the size of the pitch in Melbourne and the size of the pitch in Kanpur is still the same.
Correct.
So I said, this is unfair.
Hmm.
When your circumference is big, you should also make a bigger pitch.
Yes, absolutely.
The while the size of the bat can vary from player to player depending on his convenience, size of the ball is constant. So I said, why do we have this kind of a rule in cricket?
Hmm.
They said that is how the game has been played for centuries.
Hmm.
Accept the rules of the game, play the game, or leave the game.
Correct.
So I said, in case of man-made games like a cricket, like a chess, like tennis, when the rules cannot be questioned, what can we do about the God-made game called life? What should we do about it? So, understand the rules of the game, align to the rules of the game, and play the game in order to win the game. There is no point in going against the flow. There is no point in questioning the rules of the game. Better play the game within the rules of the game and win the game.
Correct. Absolutely. So you said very well. Actually, you explained very well this concept. I think viewers will able to relate it with the real life while they are making any choices and all. So, but moving to the next question, Karthik, when we call life as a game, can you help us understand the divine rule of this game called life, which we are trying to relate?
Sure, Tribhuvan. So, when we speak of life as a game, okay, life is no different from the game of chess. In the game of the chess, there are two players who are playing, facing each other. One player makes a move, the player on the opposite side makes another move. This player makes a move, the opponent makes another move, and the game continues. And where does this end? Till one of them declares one of them goes for a check and a mate. So is the case with life. I execute my move, which is the choice,
Hmm.
and the divine executes the move, which is his choice, which is what I receive as a consequence.
Hmm.
While choices are born out of my intelligence,
Hmm.
consequence is born out of divine intelligence.
Absolutely.
And
True.
for every choice I make, I get a consequence. And for every consequence I receive, I need to execute a counter choice. And that is how the game goes on.
Hmm.
In every situation, I have three choices to make.
Hmm.
Accept the unchangeable,
Hmm.
change the changeable, and remove myself from unacceptable.
Hmm. True.
While the past and the present are unchangeable, I cannot change the past or the present. I have to accept it in the as is condition.
Hmm.
What about the future? There is something I can do about the future. So future definitely falls within the scope of change the changeable.
Correct.
So that is the premise on which the game called life is designed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think I fully agree what you stated, Karthik. The only thing which I want to add while we talk about the making the choices in life, so I feel that it required a mature intellect. For my viewers, I just want to clarify intellect is the ability to think freely, logically, and it's a faculty to reason and judge without bias. When you develop a strong intellect, your thinking become clear and your reasoning precise and judgment perfect. So I think that is also very important to start looking at and reason the things when we take any decisions, or either we make our choices, and there should not be any benefits associated with it, because when we talk about something, we take the decision, and if that is related to me, and we take the bias basically. So that should not happen. So that kind of reasoning, if we do it, I think perfectly, we will able to control this. So moving to the next question, Karthik, while we have three choices, what about the consequences of these choices?
So, Tribhuvan, while executing choices, all of us have certain expectations in our head, which we, in the name of consequence.
Hmm,
While there are only four possible, where while we spoke about the three choices that we have, there are only first four possible consequences. I get what I expect.
hmm,
I get less than what I expect. I get more than what I expect, and I get opposite of what I expect.
hmm,
Okay, so there are only four possible consequences, and depending on whatever consequence I get, I need to plan my next counter choice. And when I execute my counter choice, I will once again get a consequence to that counter choice executed.
hmm,
And even those consequences are also gonna be in one of the four things.
hmm,
I get what I expect, I get more than what I expect, I get less than what I expect, I get opposite of what I expect.
hmm.
And
True.
the that is how this game between choice and consequences happen.
Hmm. True. True. So, Karthik, the next thing which I am trying to understand is, we talk about the suffering in life, right? Everybody was, I mean, everyone, you will see that in a some point of time, they feel that the things are not moving as per according to his choices. So, my question is, what I am trying to understand, and maybe the viewer, I am trying to clear for my viewer as well, why there is suffering in life? Is there any associations or something?
Definitely, Tribhuvan. So, suffering is basically a feedback that we are getting from life. And what is that feedback? Suffering simply means life is telling me I am not living my life in alignment
Hmm,
with the flow. You said life as a dhara.
correct.
So when I flow in the direction of this flow, my life is gonna be effortless, my life is gonna be comfortable, my life is gonna be aligned.
Hmm,
If I try to flow against the flow,
hmm,
I lose my alignment.
hmm,
When I lose my alignment, what happens? I lose my what's called, I lose my ability to flow with the flow, and therefore there is suffering in life. So,
hmm,
what is the alignment expected over here? In one of the earlier sessions, we spoke about circle of influence and circle of concern.
hmm,
While the circle of influence is something in which where I have control on it
hmm,
and I can do something about it.
hmm,
Circle of concern is something which is outside my control. I don't have any ability to exercise my control on the circle of concern.
hmm,
When I focus my energy on the circle of influence, I
hmm,
can do something about it. And therefore, I am able to bring that within the scope of change the changeable.
hmm,
On the other hand, the circle of concern is outside my control.
hmm,
And therefore, what I have to do, I have to accept the unchangeable and proceed with life.
hmm,
And if something is unacceptable, what I can do, I can remove myself from unacceptable. For
correct.
example, the pandemic situation through which we all are going through worldwide.
Hmm,
Can you and I do something about the pandemic? Definitely not.
hmm,
We
correct.
have to accept the pandemic as unchangeable, and we have to align ourselves to the, and we have to accept that pandemic as it is and carry on in life,
Correct.
because that is within the circle of concern. So it is outside the scope of my control.
Correct.
What is there in my control? My control is how do I safeguard myself? How do I safeguard my family? How do I protect my near and dear ones from being affected so I can do something about it? That is very much within the circle of concern, of influence. Therefore, I can bring them to change the changeable. What can I do about it? How can I, because COVID is a respiratory ailment, can I improve my respiratory health by way of which I can face the situation better? Can
Absolutely.
I do something about, can I do something about improving the respiratory health of people around me so
Mm,
that in case one of them accidentally catches COVID, they can come out of it faster?
correct.
How can, earlier we used to go out and make lot of purchases of vegetables, of fruits, even to buy clothes. Many things we were able to do, go outside and buy physically.
Mm,
But today, because it is pandemic, we can't go out, because if we go, we are risking ourselves, our life, risk our family.
mm,
What I would, we can align ourselves to online shopping, by virtue of which we can reduce the ability, we can, I can minimize my ability to come in contact with external world, by virtue of which I can bring down the risk of me getting infected. Now, what am I doing? I am focusing my energy on that which is well within the scope of my control. That I'm focusing my energy on that on which I can do something about it. I am then focusing my energy on something which is in my control. I can do something about it. What am I doing? I am focusing my energy more on what is change the changeable. Therefore, I'm living an aligned life. I am living a life where I am able to live in a peace.
absolutely.
If I focus, on the other hand, I have one more choice. I can get into online and keep on cribbing about things like what is government not doing fine. See, no matter how whosoever runs the government, nobody can run a perfect government. Everybody will have some limitation or the other.
Absolutely.
Today, somebody will say that Narendra Modi has done so many good things. He did not do so many good things. Okay. Trump did so many good things. Trump did not do so many good things. Okay. Biden did so many good things. Biden did not do so many good things. Now, you take any country,
Mm,
the 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 first citizen of the country, the prime minister, the president, whomsoever you take, you can't expect that person to be perfect. Everybody has got their own approach. Some may be right, some may be wrong. I can go on criticizing my country on social media. I can criticize what other people are not doing good on social media. Keep all these things. What am I gonna get? Am I gonna be peaceful? Definitely not.
mm,
On the contrary, if I focus on how can I improve my health, how can I spend more time with satsang, by virtue of which I can improve my thoughts, how can I spend more time with physical exercises, yoga, or any other workout or anything where I can focus on my physical health and improve? I can focus on meditation, I can focus on pranayam, I can focus on other spiritual activities by virtue of which I can improve my mental health. Any of these can do, they will definitely help me bring my life to change the changeable. I can be peaceful. So is the case with life. So when I focus things on that which is well within my control, I will can be more peaceful in life. I can have a life which is flowing with the flow. On the contrary, when I focus too much on that which is not within the scope of my control, that means I am pushing my life towards disturbance. So instead of asking what is disturbing me, I should instead ask what am I not accepting in life which is causing this disturbance.
absolutely. So, well said, Karthik. I think this is the centric point I feel that today's discussion is about. मैं थोड़ा हिंदी के व्यूअर्स के लिए भी इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर देता हूँ what you stated.
Hmm.
Before that, I just want to have something from the Gita गीता में भी हमें ये कहा गया है कार्तिक, दैट लाइफ इटसेल्फ इज ए स्टेट ऑफ कंटिन्यूअस स्ट्रगल बिटवीन आवर सेल्फ एंड एवरीथिंग आउटसाइड,
mm,
right? Every moment we are fighting actually with the external nature, and if we are defeated, that doesn't mean that we should not move ahead. Our life has to go.
mm.
Our life has to go, right? और
Yes.
करेक्ट। सो ये हमें गीता में भी कहा गया है, और दैट इज द फैक्ट कार्तिक कि कुछ चीजें हैं जो आउटर वर्ल्ड की, जो आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है, फंडामेंटल, ये हमें
Mm,
समझना चाहिए। मैं आपकी बात को थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई हिंदी व्यूअर्स के लिए कर रहा हूँ।
mm,
दूसरा दूसरा जो है, आप अगर चीजों को जो आपकी लाइफ में फ्लो के साथ आ रही हैं, उसको अगर आप एक्सेप्ट करते हो, तो यू विल बी इन पीस, राइट?
mm,
एंड सेकेंड, जो चीजें आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है, उन पे फोकस ना करके जो चीजें हम कर सकते हैं, उन चीजों
mm,
पर हमने फोकस करना है। दैट्स व्हाट इज मीनिंग ऑफ योर दिस एक्सप्लेनेशन कार्तिक, एंड वेल सेड। एंड आई फील दैट
mm,
this is the something which today's scenario fit, because everybody is suffering lot of things
mm,
around, and still I would say कि हमें आगे बढ़ना है, हमें
mm,
चीजों को, चैलेंज को लेना है, और इस चैलेंज से निकल करके हमें उन चीजों को छूना है जिससे हमारी लाइफ जो है पीस हो, हमारी लाइफ हैप्पी हो, वेल्दी हो। सो
mm,
दैट इज हाउ वी हैव टू मूव फॉरवर्ड। So, well said, Karthik. So, moving to the next question, Karthik, on continuation of this. Now
mm.
that we have established the life as a game, how should one play this game to win? That is the another factor which I feel that we need to little bit touch upon.
Well, in fact, this is the question which I was expecting, Tribhuvan. Okay, so हमने पहले ही जो है हमने कंपेयर किया था लाइफ को गेम ऑफ चेस के साथ कंपेयर किया था।
Correct.
तो उसी को जो है थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ाते हैं।
Hmm.
चेस का गेम है हमारे और विधाता के बीच में, और I make a move, विधाता makes another move which we call as the consequence. फिर I make another move which is the my choice. फिर विधाता makes another move which is the consequence. और यही गेम चलता रहता है, हमारे पूरे जीवन यही गेम चलता रहता है।
Hmm.
और इसमें क्या है दैट वॉट एवर मूव आई मेक उसे हम कहते हैं चॉइस, एंड वॉट एवर मूव विधाता मेक्स इज कॉल्ड कॉन्सिक्वेंस।
Correct.
And while choice is born out of my intelligence, consequence is born out of divine intelligence.
Hmm.
And for every choice I execute, I have four consequences.
Hmm.
And irrespective of whatever be the four consequences,
Hmm.
I have to accept the consequence as it is and proceed.
Correct.
So, first I have to understand jo where I am right now, that is unchangeable.
Hmm.
Whether I like it or not
Right.
like it, that is a fact.
Absolutely.
Where I was and where I have reached. From
Hmm.
where I was to where I have reached, this is unchangeable and I have to accept it as it is.
Hmm.
I can do something from now on,
Hmm.
but where I am right now, I have to accept in the as condition and I have to accept it as unchangeable.
Hmm.
And now I have gone ahead, used my complete faith and surrender, and with all my intelligence, I have gone ahead and executed a choice. When I have executed a choice, divine gives me four possible consequences.
Hmm.
I get what I expect, I get more than what I expect,
Hmm.
I get less than what I expect, I get opposite of what I expect.
Hmm.
If I get what I accept, or if I get more than what I accept, what should I do? I should celebrate it.
Hmm.
Will I celebrate or will I not? I will celebrate it.
Hmm.
So first, I will accept the consequence if it is what I get what I expect or I get more than what I expect. I accept the consequence as it is. I celebrate the consequence. And after that, I go ahead and with higher motivation, I
Mm,
go ahead and execute, still have to go ahead and execute my next choice, which is the changeable.
mm, mm,
Okay, after I execute a choice, I there is a possibility that I can get a consequence which is less than what I expect,
mm,
or I get opposite of what I expect. Now, in this particular case, what should I do? I still have to accept the consequence as accept the unchangeable,
mm,
and I have to pick the learning from my life. I have to understand why I didn't get what I expected, or I get lost less than what I expect, or I get opposite of what I expect. Why did it happen?
mm,
Understand that and grow in maturity out of that, and with that higher maturity, go ahead and still execute a choice.
mm.
And when I go ahead and still execute a choice, I will still be given a consequence.
Correct,
And this game and this cyclic process of choice, consequence, it continues all through the life.
correct.
And if I continuously keep getting, and irrespective of what I get as a consequence, I have to accept that consequence is unchangeable, and then I have to go ahead and execute my next choice, which is change the changeable.
Mm,
There is a possibility that there is a possibility that I can keep on running my life with continuously getting the consequence which is less than what I expect or opposite of what I expect. In that scenario, I need to think through whether am I trying to flow against the flow? Am I trying to do something against the laws of life? Am
mm,
I doing something? Is it that I am standing under a mango tree expecting apple?
mm.
If I stand under a mango tree expecting apple, that can never happen, no
Absolutely.
matter what I do.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
when I try to, when I when I continuously keep getting less than what I expect or opposite of what I expect, there is a feedback from life that what I am expecting is not correct.
Mm,
So, what I should do at that juncture, I should gracefully execute the choice of removing myself from unacceptable. After I remove myself from unacceptable, what should I do? I should still go ahead and execute a fresh choice, and the game of life goes on.
mm. True, very true.
And let me ask you one thing. When I play a game of chess with my little child, what should, what will be the mentality with which I'll play the game? Will I play the game to defeat the little child and then feel great about my winning? Or will I prefer to let the child win the game and feel great about it? So
Obviously,
obviously,
let child win. Always, as a father.
so in a man-made game, when a mortal father while playing game with a child feels that the child should win the game and feel great about it,
Mm,
we are playing this game, divine game called life,
mm,
and this divine game called life is played with whom? With that immortal father who is the father of the universe.
mm,
And will that intelligence prefer great, will feel great about making the child lose the game? Definitely not.
mm,
The I know very well I am his child,
mm,
and that father doesn't want me to lose the game. He wants me to win the game. So, through every possible move, he may, he may momentarily make me feel challenged. Why? Because through that challenge, he wants me to learn something out of it. He wants me to learn and grow better in game. And when I grow better in game, he will throw opportunity in such a way that I win the game. I win the game. What happens? I am given bigger challenge. When I take that bigger challenge, I momentarily get pushed back in life. Momentary setbacks take place. I definitely feel that, hey, this is one area where I need to learn. So it gives me opportunity to learn through experience. Once I grow through the experience, life puts me across once again in winning situation, and this keeps going. And eventually, when God feels that yes, I have won, he moves the game further to a more tougher area. Why? Why? Because he wants me to get created through that tough experience and eventually grow better and a better player in that game.
Absolutely.
And that is how the game called life goes. And I know one thing for sure: God wants all of us to reach the stage of a winner in the game. He is the master of the game, and he wants us to play, become a master in the game, and win the game. And eventually, if that is what is God's desire, which He has from all the human beings like us, let's all play like a winner, knowing very well God is in every possible aspect. God throws a challenge to make us grow through the challenge and eventually come out as a winner in our life.
एब्सोल्युटली। सो कार्तिक, बिल्कुल जो आपने बात कही है, मैं फुली एग्री भी करता हूँ इस बात से, और ऐसे ही लाइफ में बेसिकली ये फैक्ट है। इसीलिए हमने अपने शास्त्रों में, वेदों में ये चीज़ें पढ़ी हैं कि फेथ एक जो होता है गॉड के ऊपर, आप भूल जाएं कि कौन सा गॉड क्या, लेकिन ये बिल्कुल सच है कि कोई ना कोई जो है हमें चला रहा है, रन कर रहा है।
Mm,
और अगर मैं वो एक फेथ को लेकर के अपने लाइफ में आने वाले चैलेंज को ये समझ के फेस करता हूं और सोचता हूं कि एवरीथिंग विल, एंड ऑफ द डे विल हैपन गुड।
mm,
रास्ते में हो सकता है बहुत सारे ट्रबुलेंस आए, बहुत सारे चीजें हमें स्टक करती हैं, हमारी लाइफ थोड़ा इधर उधर हो जाती है। ये पूरा सार घूम फिर के यही है कि वी शुड मेक द राइट चॉइसेस एट द राइट टाइम, accept the things whatever coming to you, and faith on the god। क्योंकि मैं एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री देख रहा था कार्तिक, आई फॉरगेट द नेम ऑफ दैट डॉक्यूमेंट्री, बट इट टॉक्स अबाउट दी हाउ आवर ब्रेन बॉडी वर्क्स बेसिकली। तो वो
mm,
कहता है कि आप अपनी लाइफ में जितने ज्यादा चैलेंज लोगे,
mm,
आप अपने जो ब्रेन्स की जो सेल्स होती हैं जो आपके पूरे फिजिकल बॉडी को कंट्रोल कर रही हैं, आपके एक्शन ट्रिगर कर रही हैं, आप जितना ज्यादा चैलेंज लोगे, आप उतना ज्यादा जो है आपकी एफिशिएंसी इंक्रीज होगी और आप
mm,
अच्छा करोगे। तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट को ध्यान में रखते हुए कार्तिक, बात तो ऐसा करते हुए ऐसा लगता है कि आई शुड
mm.
कंटिन्यू विद दैट, बट टाइम
Yes.
डिडंट परमिट, क्योंकि वी हैव टू बी लिमिट विथ
Mm,
द शो। तो thank you so much once again, Karthik, having you in my talk show today. You given me the time, और ये चौथा टॉक शो हमने किया है। And I would like to thank you all viewers as well. Maybe some technical difficulties you will see in the Facebook, but I will upload this video after a little while later in Facebook as well as in my YouTube channel. And as usual, I know that you will get into this video and you will see। और दूसरा, अगर आप लोगों को कहीं पर भी कोई क्वेश्चंस हैं, आप कमेंट करें, सो आई विल ट्राई टू गेट दोज एड्रेस एज वेल फ्रॉम कार्तिक। और अगर अब मेरे पास कुछ क्वेश्चंस आते हैं तो नेक्स्ट टाइम वी विल ट्राई टू स्टार्ट विद दोज क्वेश्चंस टू एड्रेस, एंड देन वी विल गेट इनटू द न्यू डिस्कशन। और दूसरा, मैंने और कार्तिक ने ये भी डिसाइड करा कि हम एवरी ऑल्टरनेट संडेज में ही ये टॉक शो को कंटिन्यू करेंगे। टॉपिक क्या होगा वो मैं अनाउंस करूंगा, बट दैट इज फॉर श्योर वी विल, टाइम भी थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है ड्यू टू सम एंगेजमेंट और समथिंग, but that is for sure we will come on every alternate Sunday on this channel, and you will see the similar discussion moving ahead। सो इसी के साथ मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद करता हूं। कार्तिक, थैंक यू सो मच, और आप सब अपना ध्यान रखें। ख्याल रखें
Thank you all for your time.
and be
Love
happy.
you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.